connected to more of your body than just like fluffy outside. So I can control it far away. I can pull it to turn with a lot more return on investment rather than like right up here. So when we move laterally, I'm gonna have my right hand on the collar, left hand on the sleeve, and I'm just gonna lightly move with my right foot forward, just like so, right? All right, so let's go there and back each. When we get to the edge, step with your left foot, rotate, kind of throw like a elbow behind you, and pivot your feet. Okay. Now to step 2 times and lead with our opposite leg. Good, and then come back to right foot forward. There we go. All right. So I start. You're gonna move to your left, Andris, every time.
Okay, so I'm here.
Yep. Okay. Flat right hand. Good, like
not too tight, just
not too tight, but just like yeah. If you're gonna turn it, if you're gonna turn for a throw, you can turn your hand.
Otherwise, no turn. Just this.
Just lateral kind of movement. Just be loose on this. Step with your left, pull with your right. Good. Because if I'm going to do the movements, if it's my turn to do things, don't touch my gi. Make him
so anytime you do that, you just do that? You can just punch it away like that?
I mean,
that's what you try to do at least?
That's conceptually, that'd be the goal. I could go about it a lot of different ways. But when I'm going, it's about me. Right? So it shouldn't be like this even fight where reality might not really take place. Yes, I get it. But when I'm drilling what I want him to just be like a malleable ukemi for my disposal to take care of and for him to take care of me equally. So knowing how to fall, knowing how to move, knowing how to grip, all that's correlated. So I'm going to move left, just like that. Look forward. Don't look to your right or down. Forward. Behind him. Yeah. Backwards and forward. Right? I'm sliding my feet. My right foot is staggered just a little bit. I'm not like extreme or I'm not parallel. Just a little bit. So if I did want to sweep or do a movement, I'm already loaded. My right side is the lead, right?
It's never here.
It could be, definitely. But let's just get commonplace where 2 hands and posture is like the outline foundation, conceptual, right? Like, of course, you're going to deviate. You're going to grip fight. You'll get your lapel, but all with this in each encapsulated drill, these little truths will like equate a bigger truth. All right, so you're moving up. Right foot forward, CJ. Yeah. There we go. So this is my liability waiver form for you guys. So we're just gonna slap our right hand 10 times, like we just ended a shrimp almost. That's our location, right? So we're gonna breathe out, our left hand's on our tummy, our right hand makes contact with the mat, and then comes off the mat right away. Don't like hold on to the mat, that's right. Exactly. Okay, ready. Ichi. So breathe out on every rep. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Most important one here. We're gonna go side to side, same ukemi on our side, but we're gonna lift our hips and land as one in the same location rather than like rolling over our side, right? We're gonna lift our hips and land on the exact opposite side, slapping the mat with our same exact position, right? We're not crossing our legs, hitting our ankles. We're leaving the mat with our hips. So almost think about it as like you're throwing a triangle, right? You're popping your hips and then you're rotating. So you're just similar, you're trying to make it like a free fall, right? You're just trying to make it similar to that. So let's do like 20 of those, all right? So start on your left, and then when I say ichi, go to your right, all right? And every time, if I freeze, just stop and I'll like, maybe like put your hand somewhere and make sure that you're staying the course, all right? Ready? Ichi. Ni. San. I'm gonna be on my left knee, my right foot is on the mat, my left hand goes right in front of me, not out to the side. I come up like I'm making a big wave with my right hand, I push forward with my back foot, and I make that like oval arc. And I push forward, and I roll forward, and I land the exact same way, right? So I'm doing that same thing. See, this is a common mistake right here. It's a little different, right? We want to go over our neck and our shoulder, and our head even. Not straight over in a somersault. We don't want to fall like a somersault. And you know, generally speaking, most jiu-jitsu, people that roll to their fall, they cross their legs to come back up into like one of these. But with that, there's no impact point. So in a realistic throw, that could tear your MCL. Like if I landed, like with my foot crossed there, but someone's weight is on me, that's terribly detrimental.
Gotcha.
So this, the thing we're like did every time, is not this, okay? So remember that, because I know when I get you guys standing, You're gonna feel the impulse to do that, which is natural. So. Good, curl it. Make it a knife roll.
And when I land, my shoulders off the mat. I don't.
Yeah, off. Perfect. On that side, end of the shrimp kind of position. Where's that? Right handed. No, I'm not. Good. Okay, let's kick it up a notch. It's good. We're going to stand from our feet and take a fall. Right? So, we're going to lead with our right. Our left hand's going to go on the mat. We're going to do the same movement. Right, I'm slapping just a smidge before my legs make contact. Okay? So your legs, I mean, you don't want the legs to take the brunt, but they could if they need to. If our arms are tied up, like you should still fall like this. All right, so it's the same thing. Our right foot's forward, our left hand's down, we're making that wave, we're landing on our side, slapping with our left.
The hand makes contact with the mat still?
Yep. Okay. Good, Andris. If you feel like you're getting value out of these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. And now back to the video. Good shot.
Do you have to look at the feet? Or like ideally, like at a higher level, do you not look at the feet? Like you won't have to. Or do you
yeah, I don't. I try not to at least. I try and just like move naturally, like that. I feel where his foot will be, kind of just based on like if I'm circling, the foot is there, right? If I'm walking it out, like I know when he's gonna step. Or if I'm moving laterally, like it's more like in the feel of the movement, right? With our hands. It just is gonna click. There's no way we can intellectualize this. It has to be just a process where you start to like use your feet like hands based on these drills. And then it'll all come together and be a complete thing and you can work it all together, right? With your jiu-jitsu especially, you know? Like little knockdowns with our feet are so subtle and so minimal as far as like risk reward. Like if I have two hands on CJ here, it's really hard for him to wrestle me. But if I have one hand, it's a lot easier for him to wrestle me. So you gotta get comfortable with two hands on. And that just takes a lot of time and energy to like, if he does something, I don't just bail. I like double down on being able to move around it and use it against him, right? Beautiful.
Oh, I just landed on my back.
Yeah, you got to turn, but like you tucked your chin. You slapped the mat, you breathed out. Sure, we could land on our side a lot more. But yeah, I didn't see your head bounce.
There was no pain, that was like.
But that's it. That encapsulates. It was good. It was good. So obviously we're like doing almost kata. Like it's very controlled. But this should be drills where you should be able to pick someone apart by movement, pushing, circling, one step laterally, and finding that little move, right? So same thing, CJ. You're moving sideways. At the end, we're looking to throw. Okay, all in a day's work. Broke fall, learn to move, learn to do a foot sweep, learn how to be an uke for all that. Like we'll build upon that framework as far as like we'll warm up the same way, and then we're gonna explore different like foot sweeps and drills before we learn like big moves. Just so for transition to jiu-jitsu, most applicable, that and probably Sumigaishi and Tomoe. Where the foundational Satemi Waza, which is like dueling techniques where you sacrifice, it's like a falling to your back moves. Those are the two I want to like work on with both of you. It's the most relevant, and you have a pretty good yoga Tomoe to begin with, because we went over that maybe 3 years ago when I taught judo here. And all the good Newaza groundwork that those transitions inspired. From doing a good foot sweep and then they fall a little bit wonky, you're stepping over, you have a choke because you have a collar grip usually, or or if you hold on with the arm side and you're doing a left-sided foot sweep, you have the sleeve. There's your arm. So just focus on like the one foot in front of you for your sweeping, right? Focus on that, like the balance, my hip turn, my flat-footedness. Then, you see I didn't like, if I do that on my foot sweep, that means I'm stepping. That means the foot sweep is over. So every time I shuffle laterally with my right foot forward, right, is my bottom, my foot only makes contact. So I'm like knowing my distance and I'm not looking every time it's the same
And you
spot.
drop
right?
your hands as you're doing it?
Yep, every time. That's where I want to take them, and then I let go for practice. If I'm not practicing, if it's like a tournament or a live go against someone that's a little annoying, I'll hold on with both hands.
Okay. And that's a good drill I can do to
Yes. Do you see how my leg is? I can't do that if I'm kind of like what we were doing, CJ, a little bit like kind of bending. It has to be straight, stiff, locked, foot, hip, and head all in alignment, straight line. It doesn't mean I'm falling backwards. Don't look up. Like, look straight forward, but lean your head and shoulders back so you're in alignment. That's the hardest part for foot sweeps. But those would be the things I'd go over, along with the break fall stuff, because that has to become a reaction. Like the one time you took that break falls like flat, you got to really sell hard to your side, otherwise your back is just going to feel the brunt. And if we weren't in like a nerfed dojo or a academy where there's foam underneath it and it's sub-floored, you know, most academies are on concrete with like one layer of puzzle mats maybe. We got to be able to fall on that, right? Otherwise we're going to just like be on our feet super scared and stiff, because you got to be okay with dying.
So for this one, I would just step.
Good. And be a little further away. You have long legs. Like steps. You could, yeah, start from there. And just step and swing. Good. And hands go down and breathe out. Good. Good.
Let's do it on the wall.
Yeah. Just
get a bleach right out.
and then you do both sides. You just kind of like shuffle. And then you go a step and a shuffle and a sweep. Right? And then you do 3 steps. Right? Or you could just go, we haven't done rotating, but you should learn how to like cut an angle to do a foot sweep. Like we're not just going to be in front of each other doing sweeps. I got to learn like cut an angle, right? So we'll do that next, but it's the stuff we're working.
So is it a risk? Like, am I risking regressions? Like, should we try to drill with each other for here? Is it risk of potentially
You'll be
making
fine.
it wrong? Okay.
Like the more touches, the more times you get close and far, not just always here, the better.
Okay, so
like the more we're relaxed with 2 hands on, the better. Like we're both having 2 hands. It's not like every exchange is like,
Okay.
no,
You
like
think-
that's regression, I think.
Also,
in the big picture of what we're trying to accomplish.
Okay. You think when I'm rolling with some of my students, like especially like white, but just like moving with them and just
Yes.
just getting not even worried
And
about the
comfortable
takedown.
with 2 hands.
Okay.
Like if they break a grip, like find how you could get comfortable with 2 hands. Like preferably lapel, sleeve. If double lapel is your only answer, that's fine. If a high grip in a sleeve, cool. If a high grip in a lapel, cool. Just like if it's double elbows, just like be comfortable, like, you know, finding how, you know, you might be able to find your technique.
Okay.
Whatever, 2 hands. 1 hand you have to grovel, and it's more complicated because it's like who's more athletic, more than like, all right, we're playing the game because we're in close proximity, our horns are locked, rather than all this like separation and then coming back in and out. You get a little bit more like, you get to know someone a lot better with like 2 hands.
Okay.
At least their reactions on their feet. Cool. Awesome. Good job. CJ, awesome.
Thank you so much. Pleasure.
Thanks, sir.
Next week.